Hello YouTube. I'm going to record the UTAU voice impersonation meme. I actually have been planning to do this before and I had a recording, but it was over 30 minutes long. And meanwhile, I got tagged by chasing fireflies, or in other words, Chase. So, since he tagged me, I actually feel kind of obligated to try this again, and this time keep it a little shorter. I will try that, but I cannot promise. What is your name and what UTAUs did you create? Well, my name is Aërendyll. Short version would be A. I'm sure that most people know this if they're watching this video. And the UTAUs I create, well, I have 4 public ones now. I won't go into details about the other ones. And no, what? I have 5 public ones now. You kind of lose count when you have like 9 on your hard disk. Well, the first one would be Yuki, and she's actually by far the oldest. She's from start 2009, like January, February is where I made her. Then like a year and a few months later, Tahira and Gwen got made, and now not too long ago I released Scott, or as most people would actually call him because it's his official name, Eskoga McPretty. And before him, I also released Iris, but I don't think she'll pop up in this meme a lot because she has no character whatsoever. She's just a singing voice. So she won't be in this meme a lot. But I thought I'd include her because she is one of my favorites, at least voice-wise. Of my own, I mean. Do you think you have an accent, and does or did your UTAU have an accent as well? Well, my talking accent, if you mean English, I'm pretty sure that it's very, very European. I'm actually from the Netherlands, and I like to think I don't sound particularly Dutch when I talk in English, but I'm sure that sometimes I mess up and then I get more Dutch accent, and when I actually try, I try to sound more British, just so people understand me better and I don't sound... Well, I don't like how Dutch people talk if they use a very thick Dutch accent when talking in English, so... As for my UTAUs, yes, they all have accents, and I'm actually... I think they are fairly good at imitating Japanese. Not very, very, very good, because I won't ever sound as native as actual Japanese people. But I actually also try to figure out how to do accents differing between them all. Like, Yuki has the R with actually more of an R sound. Just like, well, Tahira and Gwen have a very old act, so their voices are... they actually have quite shaky R's, like, not shaky as in how they are recorded, but yeah, they are just... they sound a bit rolled. I'm pretty sure of that. And Iris, she has... I think I used an L sound for her, but I'm not completely positive as it's been a while since I actually used her voice bank, I have to admit. And Scott uses L's because L's aren't... well, mainly I try to use the actual R, like ra-re-ri-ro-ru, but if you use the same accent for UTAUs, they tend to sound more similar, I noticed, so I varied that between them as well. And there's also other things, like Tahira has way lazier vowel pronunciations than the others. Like, she has and if you listen to Yuki, she's more like ah, sort of. I'm not sure that imitates it well enough. But yes, they all have accents, and I'm not sure what you mean with fixing the accent for the next question. Did you try to fix the accent if you already had one? I tried to make it sound more Japanesey and less like a Dutch person singing Japanese or something, because I'm sure I had more of an accent way back. Like, the R was obviously a bit troublesome, but also the E sound, like ke, te. I actually recorded that in a different fashion. Like, I used an A sound, like ta and ka and na, but I actually found out that that's not how you do it, so I had to fix that all as well. Did you record or design your UTAU first? For Yuki, I designed her first because there was a Vocaloid designing contest on YouTube. Like, you had to design yourself as a Vocaloid, and well, there were always no UTAUs out there at the moment. Like, the only overseas one I knew was Sanda. And well, all the Japanese ones I knew most of them had like the crazier designs, like Tedo and Ruko and Fugakuto and all that kind of jazz. But I was like, if I'm going to use my voice for an UTAU, I might as well make that UTAU sort of resemble me, because it's my voice and it feels personal, you know? It's not like, oh yeah, I'm going to make this awesome character that's all awesome and it's like me and blah blah blah. Scores everyone. No. I actually mainly did it because I didn't really think about giving her much character at first. And that kind of came later. Like, I made a backstory, but yeah. That backstory I completely trashed because it was like just Kokoro except for Yuki, and that was kind of weird. But Tahira designed first, and same for Gwen. No, Gwen was voice first actually, because Gwen's voice, I wanted to try a voice of like that type, but I wasn't sure I could pull it off, so a voice first, because otherwise you make a design and then you can't do anything with it, and it's sort of a shame. So, go figure. Well, Scott was actually voice first because I was sick, and yeah, I wanted to make a sick UTAU for the longest time, so the voice came before the design, because the design that took a long while, and well, for me at least. And also the name was even after the design, and that's also uncommon for me. When did you pick the design you did for your character? Well, Yuki, I figured she'd look like me, as I told you. As for Tahira, she's more like, I wanted to do a darker character, mainly because of the voice type she had, but also to make more of a contrast to Yuki. Like, Yuki has a monochrome clothing thing going on with silver accents, blue lights, and neutral colors for her body. Like, it was sort of this theme to her that was like, she's quite neutral aside from maybe the lights. And Tahira, I wanted to make a bit more colorful, but also darker. And then Gwen came along, and there goes the lighter design again, because I figured, yeah, now I have a dark one and a neutral one, so let's make a more pastely cutesy one. Like, not make everything resemble each other. Let's see. What design do I have left? Yeah, Scott was like, I wanted to make a steampunk UTAU, simple as that. There's almost none of those, and I actually adore the steampunk style, so I wanted to do something like that. But yeah, it's kind of harder to get original later on, so you probably noticed a lot of influences the later my UTAUs get made of other UTAUs, and yeah. It kind of is influenced by some UTAUs I really like. Quickly think of a catchphrase for your UTAUs and say it using the voice you recorded it in. Damn it. I wanted to keep this short, but this video is already like 10 minutes according to Audacity. So I'm just going to pick, I'm going to pick two of my UTAUs, Tahira and Yuki, because if I try to use Scott's voice, I could do that, but I was sick when I recorded him, so that's no use. Iris I can do, obviously, because she has no character. And Gwen I could also do, actually, but it'll be too long. Mom, stop pestering me! Looks like you're bored again. Both weren't very good, probably. I really didn't check, but... those are the worst catchphrases ever, by the way. Try and mimic two UTAU that belong to someone else. Well, actually, this one will be easier, I think. But, I have two UTAUs I'm going to do, and the first one would be Donkafjord, but I don't know what catchphrase to use because I don't really know a lot about his character. So, let me try to think up how I introduce myself in Japanese again, I guess. Watashi wa Fyodo desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I hope that wasn't too terrible. And as for the second one, I'm going to imitate Spike. I think I'm fairly good at it, but no idea whether it actually sounds as good in recordings as in my head. But Aërendyll fish! Baha! Hachi! Ratnuma up! Yeah. Moving on. Does your singing sound anything like UTAU singing? Actually, I don't sound a lot like my UTAUs when singing, mainly because I'm not the best singer. I like to think that I'm decent at it, but I'm even not sure that I actually am. And well, Yuki is sort of my neutral voice, but she's a bit higher, so I actually think that none of my UTAUs actually sound like me singing very much. Yuki comes closest though. Do an impersonation of 3 different Pokemon. And I'm going to skip this question because it's already 30 minutes long and I'm a party pooper. I really do not feel like imitating Pokemon. I'm very sorry, but I don't think this belongs in an UTAU meme. If you had to pick a favorite overseas UTAU that isn't one of your own, who would it be? Well, I love a lot of UTAUs, like I really like Asanafuki, Tako Izui, Yonagina Kazuko, Korina Krizu, all sorts of different UTAU voices actually. Sasai can also, Nanoru, I mean. But I really have way too much overseas UTAUs that I like. But I do want to give a shout out to Yamina Keika because every time I have to think of one of my favorite UTAUs that are overseas, I think of her. But barely anyone knows her, so I'd say if you ever are in need of a very nice soft UTAU voice, just try to look into Keika because she really sounds really nice. And I'm not just saying that because I'm fangirl all over, which is kinda true, except I never finished works with her. But just check her out. She really deserves more attention and more, being more well known. And tag 3 people. Well, I had 3 people in mind to tag, but Mist already got tagged and Yezi already got tagged. If you're not aware of that and you just listen to me babbling, yes, you too got tagged. Congratulations. But I'm going to tag Maddie X, Michio's voicer, and she also voiced Peanut and Papa, and I'm not sure I'm saying that right. Let's see. Also, I'm going to tag. I think Chie also already got tagged. I had someone else in mind, but now I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, I'm going to tag Aki Glancy, or voicer of Namida, Koi, Tuna, the very complicated Udo name that I can't say. And finally, I'm going to tag Halibe, or in other words, Halikuru, who voiced Hanane Sakiko and October Grayson. So, have fun with it, you guys, and I actually managed to keep this recording on 20 minutes, which is really an improvement over the 30 I had at first. So, I'm going to drop the mic now, and, well, you'll see me on YouTube with this really soon. Bye, guys!